simple. They discovered a small mass on his kidney.
They found that mass on his kidney because of that trade.
Trade may have saved his life.
Just dig.
Y'all niggas are gay.
K cooking up, kid. K cooking up, kid.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all get in here. Y'all close that doggone door. Y'all sit in that chair. And look what we got here, man. Yes, indeed. We got JxmyHighroller, man. Wait. First of all, I'm tripping. What is up, y'all? It's your boy, Kid. We back with a video, man. Yes, indeed. I'm not going to try not to be as loud as I usually am. We got Jimmy today, man. We got JxmyHighroller, how one mistake changed the entire NBA. Now, look, we got a 2-for-1 special. We got one Jimmy, 2 videos on it. We're going to watch this one. If you see this one, you got to look at the other one that he just dropped that we're going to react to as well. So, be ready for that because I know that we're going to be fired too, man. Look, we love Jimmy here, bro. We just haven't been looking at him that much, but we definitely finna get back into the groove of it with the NBA season coming along. We're going to talk about the NBA season when we get into the video. I'm ready to get right into this. So, if you're new, like the video. I don't know what Jimmy has in store. I tried to react to this video, and I had some technical difficulties the first time. So, what y'all think Jimmy got in store? But I don't know. This was 5 days ago. I'm ready to get right into this joint. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. Yes, indeed.
This is Anthony Carter.
Hey! Like the video. 20 likes. That's all I ask. 20 likes. That's always the goal. 20 likes. Yes, indeed. You ready? You out? Let's go.
A former NBA player that you've probably never even heard of.
I don't know who that is.
13 seasons in the league and averaged about 5 points per game. And back in 2003, Anthony made a mistake that changed
let me turn it down. Let me turn it down. Right there. Yes, let's go.
Entire course of NBA history.
Jimmy, man, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. If it's one dude I love that has NBA content, it's JxmyHighroller, bro. Jimmy is fire, bro. Yeah, he's just fire. That's just honest. He's fire, bro. I don't know what to say.
Carter played for the Miami Heat, who were struggling at the time, but managed to draft a young, talented guard by the name of Dwayne Wade.
Nobody calls him that. The Flash, yes indeed.
Contract with the
second best shooting guard. No, third best shooting guard ever. Over James Harden. Talk about it. Talk about it.
File paperwork to opt into
I know I made a lot of y'all mad right there, but y'all be alright.
They forgot to do this. Anthony Carter's agent was supposed to fax a notification to the Miami Heat stating that Carter would be exercising his player option for the upcoming season.
Okay, which means he's signing back.
And because of this, Anthony's contract was completed. He didn't return to the Heat the next season, and the Heat no longer needed to pay Anthony the full.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I would be tight. You're fired. Get the money. We don't get the bread. We don't get the bread. I don't get to go back to the Heat. Well, they weren't winning anyway, but Dwayne Wade just pulled up. Well, no, actually, I think him leaving allowed them to pick up the. I don't know. I'm thinking too much. But I know my agent is fired. Do your job. You're fired.
Money, $4 million ain't that much. But that extra $4 million cleared the Heat's cap space from $7 million to $11 million.
Yes, indeed. Caron Butler.
Enough for them to
love him
and sign Lamar Odom.
Oh, they what?
A stellar season with the Heat that year. But his biggest contribution to Miami did not happen on the court.
I didn't know he played for the Heat. Wait. Clippers, Lakers, Heat. He played for the Heat.
Odom for a different big man, a guy you've probably heard of before.
Lamar was
Shaquille O'Neal. And with Shaq pairing up with a young and rapidly improving Dwayne Wade, the Heat would eventually win an NBA championship in the following season. Anthony Carter forgetting to fax over his contract agreement to the Miami Heat directly led to them winning a championship. But the impact of Anthony's forgotten fax does not end there, because the Heat traded Lamar.
But like, how does Jimmy do that though? What? So all of that led to that. Okay.
Put him to the Lakers, where he became Kobe Bryant's right-hand man.
And he got one of them things. So he got one of them things too. One of them, two little leads. You get one of those things.
Championships that solidified the legacy of Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
All of this because an NBA journeyman you've never even heard of made one mistake. But wait, there's more. With Shaq's massive contract,
It's
blowing
like a
the Heat's
fat
payroll,
math
the team
equation right
decided
now.
to trade Shaq in February of
Y equals X plus MX plus B equals Y C X. Like, it's just a lot going on, bruh. A lot.
2008 to the Phoenix Suns for an equally expensive Sean Marion, who they
Hey.
flipped the following season for
Oh my gosh,
another
huh?
equally expensive Jermaine O'Neal, who left the team in 2010, clearing an enormous chunk of cap space, giving the Miami
I don't know why he
Heat
was paying for
enough room
Jermaine
to
O'Neal,
sign,
bro. He wasn't
you
good,
guessed it,
bro.
LeBron James and Chris Bosh. And that,
So
ladies and
Shaq
gentlemen,
leaving
is the
led
butterfly
to that?
effect, when a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event. Or, as Google would put it, the phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have large effects elsewhere. But the forgotten facts is not the only butterfly effect Dwayne Wade has been a part of. During the late 90s and early 2000s, the Miami Heat were one of the most winningest teams in the NBA,
Okay.
finishing 5 straight
Okay.
seasons as a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
But the tides quickly turned.
Bro, like when you look at Jimmy, you gotta lock in. Like, bro, be bringing you through all these hoops and loopholes, and he up here, no, he's down here. Like, it's like, yo, like, what's really going on, bro? It's wild, bro. This is wild. My brain, I was already cross-wired and like, God,
team far from
like his facts is
contention the
wild.
very next season. Their struggles continued as the following season they would.
That's
fall
old
from a
Alonzo
36-win
right there.
team
That
to a
wasn't,
mere
you know, that wasn't the
25
regular
wins.
Alonzo
One of the worst
morning right
seasons
there.
in franchise history.
Mhm.
Fortunately, in the NBA, the worse the record, the better the.
There go my
draft
boy
pick.
right there. So wait, he was on the squad?
2002-2003 season coming to a close, and one of the most loaded draft classes in NBA
The
history
2003?
just months away, the Miami Heat decided to tank. After losing 10 of their
That's
last
sick
12
for a team
games,
to
the
do
Heat
that,
were on
bro.
track
That's
to
sick.
a
I ain't gonna
great
lie.
draft pick
That's sick.
and potentially the future of their franchise.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the last game of the season, the Heat versus the Raptors. But little did they know, the Raptors were tanking as well.
We never play to lose.
How does the game work like that? We both finna just play sorry and let the better, sorriest team win. We both stink, so let the stinkiest team win. Like, I mean, let the stinkless team win. Like, bro, what the freak? I want to see how this played out. There's no way Vince Carter was on the Raptors. No way, right? They had Bargnani in them, right? Yeah. No way Vince on that team.
That's good. They ain't give up.
So the final game of the season came down to a tank-off.
That's
And
not
in
Vince
the most
Carter, bro.
petty game of the NBA season, the Heat came out on top in a thrilling fourth quarter comeback victory.
Okay, that's
The
good.
players who led the comeback for the Heat: Razul Butler, Ken Johnson, Sean Lampley, LaFonso Ellis, and Vladimir Stepania.
Oh, they was
This comeback
tanking. Starters, sit down. We're going to put all them in and let them just run wild. I mean, they win, we lose, we lose. We lose, we win. We win, we still win. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, I mean, like, none of them, these are a bunch of nobodies. They don't even have a 2K scan. None of them got a 2K scan. Oh, mommy, they don't.
never happened. The Heat should have never won that game, but they did. And as a direct result of this, the Raptors landed the 4th overall pick in the draft, and the Heat had to settle for the 5th overall pick.
Which is great,
Now,
right?
If the Heat had gotten the 4th overall pick in the draft, they would have picked Chris Bosh. Pat Riley, the Heat president at the time, has said,
Oh, I already see it. Y'all see it? Y'all see what's gonna happen? Look.
on multiple
Watch this.
occasions,
Your
if
boy.
Bosh was available, they would have
Watch.
picked him. So, in the most poetic fashion imaginable,
Indeed.
the team that out-tanked the Heat picked Chris Bosh in the 2003 draft with.
He dropping bombs. What? If they would have picked Chris Bosh, they wouldn't have won a ring because they wouldn't have picked up Shaq. Because Shaq wouldn't have came over there with Bosh. Oh my, this is beautiful. What the? Yo, I bet you Heat fans don't even know this. You had to be around at that time to know this. You had to be. To put the pieces like this.
Mission accomplished. They got the big man they needed. Meanwhile, the Heat had to settle with the 5th pick, and they got a young guy out of Marquette, some two-guard named
Their
Dwayne Wade.
best franchise
The
player ever.
franchise for the next 13
LeBron stopped for a little bit and came to the Heat, but he stayed and made it cool to be, you know what I'm saying? He's their best franchise player ever. Nobody can debate me. You can't say LeBron, you can't say Chris Bosh because they didn't stay. End of discussion. Dwayne Wade's best franchise Heat player ever, bro. I don't care. Tim Hardaway, I don't know.
Of all time.
Him right
If
there,
Miami
number
would have
3.
Lost that last game, That one measly
They
game that
would have
were
got Chris
supposed to
Bosh.
lose. If Razul Butler didn't have the best fourth quarter performance of his life to secure a victory over Toronto.
So
the Heat
basically
would have
what
gotten
they
the fourth
saying,
pick
they
of the
would
2003 NBA
Dwayne Wade
draft.
wasn't on their
They would have
radar.
drafted Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade would have been a Toronto Raptor, drastically changing the landscape of the NBA for the next 2 decades.
It was the worst victory a team could have.
Yo!
Turned it into the best victory because of obviously the draft that came and who came with it next.
Bro, that's crazy.
And once again, the
That's
Miami Heat
wild.
managed to flip mistakes of marginal NBA players into generational talent and championships. Because sometimes
3 of them, right? 3, right? Dwayne Wade had one on his own, and he got 2. He got 2 more with LeBron. So 3 of them Jones. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
moment can become
Nothing
a
wrong with
blessing in
that.
disguise. Like when Kevin Durant's injury in the 2019 NBA Finals actually saved another player's life. Sounds
How?
impossible,
What
right?
the?
Well, let's
Yo!
back up for a moment. Back in 2016, NBA player Caris LeVert was drafted to the Brooklyn Nets, a late first-round pick, and for the next couple years, he played like a late first-round pick.
Indeed.
Nothing terrible and nothing spectacular.
That's a
Just
big dog right
solid
there.
NBA
I love that move,
But after
man.
the
Oh my god.
2019 NBA season, the Brooklyn Nets did a complete overhaul of their roster. And with only 7 players returning to the team, most of these returning players would get a massive promotion in the Nets rotation.
Indeed.
Well, everyone except Caris LeVert.
Okay.
Since part of the Nets overhaul included the addition of
Hi,
Kevin
y'all.
Durant, who at the time played the same position as LeVert did.
Uh-huh.
But wait, in the 2019 NBA Finals, Kevin Durant had a season-ending injury. In fact, he would miss the entire following season as well. And the Nets.
But
knew
I feel like I gotta hear everything, because if I don't hear everything, I'm gonna miss it. Like, it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's like a freaking fat equation, bro. It's like a huge math equation, bro. That just bing, 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 bing equals bing. You do all of this for this one thing right here. Like, it's like, God,
Caris got a
dog.
huge boost in minutes and was given a more aggressive role on offense,
Which is
And he made
beautiful,
the
what
most
he
of it
needed.
by having by far the best season of his entire career.
Indeed.
While Caris was putting up great numbers hoping to keep his role, the Nets only saw his trade value increase each and every day.
And usually that's how that goes. You play hard just to get up. You play hard just to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
January 13th.
We gonna get you up out of here and get somebody else in here, man, because
possibly
you
the
played
most
good, but we don't need
complicated
you.
trade
So
I've ever seen in my life. The Brooklyn
That's
Nets
a huge
traded Caris
trade.
LeVert
Jeez.
to the Indiana Pacers. His stellar play in the
I can't
previous
even read all
season
that.
skyrocketing his trade value,
That's
making
tough.
the transaction extremely beneficial to the Nets in the form of James Harden. But after undergoing a routine physical before suiting up for the Indiana Pacers, Caris noticed that the results were taking a lot longer than usual.
Okay.
Caris was in good health, only 26 years old, coming off the best season of his life. So at the time, he really didn't think much of it.
During LeVert's physical, they discovered a small mass on his kidney.
They found that mass on his kidney because of that trade.
Trade may have saved his life.
Just days
So you mean to tell me if KD didn't get hurt, he didn't have a great season, he wouldn't have got traded to the Pacers for somebody else? That's bad. But if he wouldn't have got traded, he would have continued to play and he wouldn't have paid attention to his kidney. What? Yo.
after being traded to the Pacers, doctors discovered a mass in Caris's left kidney, a cancerous tumor, something that, if not discovered early
How does that
on,
even
can
equate?
and will eventually become life-threatening. But after discovering this, Caris LeVert immediately took action and underwent surgery to remove the tumor.
And yeah,
within
it could have
2
been
months,
cancerous.
Caris
That's
was back on the court
crazy.
with the Pacers and finished the season with
Yo!
the best stretch of games in his entire career. If Kevin Durant never got hurt in the 2019 finals, he would have played in the 2019-2020 NBA season.
Oh yeah, because Kevin Durant would have played, and then look how it come around. This is fire,
Would have
Jimmy.
taken considerable minutes
Jimmy,
from
you blowing my
Caris,
mind,
which
big
means that
dog. I
Caris
don't know
would
what the
never
freak.
develop
How
into
you
an
getting this,
all-star
getting
caliber
that? Like,
guard, and
God,
his
dog,
trade value
I
would
love
have
it.
never increased enough for the Nets to trade him in company for James Harden. And if they never trade Caris to the Pacers, Caris doesn't get the MRI that led to the discovery of the cancerous tumor. A series of unfortunate events that somehow led to the best conclusion possible. But as crazy as these butterfly effects are, there's one butterfly effect that has completely shaped the entire history of the NBA.
That's
for the
Big
last
George right there.
25 years.
Hey, for all you young guns, Well, that's Big George right there. Show some respect. Big George, one of the best centers back in the day, and he ain't messing with no center now. But that's Big George Mikan right there. You know the Mikan dribble. You know the Mikan drill. Mikan dribble. Mikan drill. Big George.
One decision
put some respect on my guy.
Created the NBA we see today.
Put the flowers down when he walk.
This is George Mikan. For those who are unfamiliar,
You don't know nothing about that. That's Big George right there.
NBA GOAT. Before Jordan, before Bird and Magic, before Kareem and Julius, before Wilt and Russell, there was George Mikan.
George.
To give you some perspective,
Wasn't athletic, I'm
Mikan
sure.
played an
I'm sure he
entire
wasn't
NBA
athletic.
career,
6'10", athletic.
retired, and was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame before Wilt Chamberlain even played his first NBA game.
Wow.
It doesn't get more OG than this. And during Mikan's time in the NBA, he was the big man of the league. 6'10", 245 pounds in the 1940s, which is pretty
And
much
he
like
ain't
being
dunk a
8
lick.
inches tall and 370 pounds in today's league. He dominated the post and paved the way for a league controlled by bigs. And after he retired from the NBA, he continued
And
to
he ain't dunk a doggone lick. 6'10" ain't dunk a lick. How you 6'10" with no bounce? What the? You don't even need bounce. You right there. He ain't dunk. And I bet you them goals weren't even 12 feet back. And he probably 11.5, 11. And he ain't even dunking big. No, they had no athleticism at all, boy. None.
becoming the head coach of his former team, the Minneapolis Lakers, which he quickly discovered wasn't a great fit for him.
Oh, they wasn't getting no wins, huh? Ooh, Georgie. God, y'all was getting mighty out, my boy. 9-30?
But
ooh. Man, they was doing more than tanking. They would just
a league that would
smack.
rival the NBA, called the American Basketball Association. Or,
So
as
he
you
helped
know,
start ABA.
The ABA. The first commissioner of the ABA, the legend himself, George Mikan.
What?
And with his newfound position, Mike immediately set out to make big changes.
Okay.
A new red, white, and blue basketball, the
Fire.
dunk contest we all know and love today, embracing
ABA
a
started
playground-like
that?
style with more flair than the NBA ever had at the time.
Hey,
Mikan also
Dr. J.
introduced a completely new aspect to the game. The single most revolutionizing change the game has ever seen. A new shot. Something we now know today as the three-point shot. At the time,
George
this
did
was-
not start the three ball. What? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that. That's not something I read in the little basketball books back in my time. You know, when I was in kindergarten, you know, we had to read books to get the AR points. I did not read that book. I didn't. I don't remember seeing that at all.
A cheap trick to draw more attention than the NBA. Not many players took this change seriously. Steve
Wet
Jones
ball.
was the league leader in three-point percentage that first season, the world's first sharp shooter. He made 23 threes throughout the entire season.
That's
a
it?
guy named Ben Warley
For
was
39
a top 5
games?
three-point shooter that season.
I guess that's
He
a lot of.
made
That's not a lot of threes.
0.7 threes a game. The shot was
Bro, Curry is shooting at least 20 threes a game, bro. Curry is shooting so many threes a game. It ain't even fun. Curry's shooting so many threes a game, it's not even funny.
Experimental that players had to be reminded that regardless of how far you shoot the ball, it was still a three-pointer. Doesn't matter if it's 22 feet out or 60 feet out.
Yeah.
But the fans loved it. And
I thought they had a
slowly,
4-point
players
line.
Embraced the change and discovered
They should
the
make
power
that,
of the long
honestly,
ball.
though.
But the NBA was not on the same page, refusing to add the gimmicky shot to their game. For years,
Hating.
while
They
ABA
hating.
players were splashing it from deep, NBA players were sticking to the tried and true inside game. But in 1976, the two basketball worlds came together when the NBA and ABA merged, with the NBA adding the top.
I wonder what was the downfall of ABA. Like, what happened? Like, maybe they were just trying to get bigger, or like, what y'all think? Because I know Dr. J was chicken and biscuits over there, boy, sitting pretty at the top. You know what I'm saying? So why would he? I know he wouldn't want to merge.
ABA's gimmicks. The dunk contest became a staple of the NBA's All-Star Weekend. The NBA became a more flashy, above-the-rim league, and eventually they added the three-point shot. A shot that has
Which they
taken
should have,
over
which
the
was
NBA and has led to some of the most
like that's
memorable
wild.
and
Because think about it, that's exact. Like literally, you have to be able to shoot a three ball now. So if you didn't, if they never would have created if George Mikan would never created a three ball, Ray Allen, Steph Curry, they would be irrelevant. Clay, irrelevant. Reggie Miller, irrelevant. Michael Redd, Chris Middleton, irrelevant shooters. They've been shooting mid ranges. That's it. I think somebody would eventually create a three ball though. It's no way.
Set the gold standard for post players.
Yeah.
George Mikan lived in the paint, and yet
And ain't dunked a lick. I just don't understand how you 6'10" and can't dunk. I'm
that
sorry.
Dictates the game today. A shot that George Mikan never even considered taking in his day.
Probably couldn't even
The
shoot
original
that.
big man, A man who was born nearly 100 years ago
That's
changed
a
the game more
goddamn,
than
George.
anyone else ever has. And that's the butterfly effect. When one person's
Bro, they was finna kiss. Bro, go back. So tell me they wasn't finna kiss. Georgie, you got that funny bunny. Georgie, you on that funny bunny. Look, I caught you. I caught you in 0.6p. I caught you, my boy. I caught you in well, it's really 1080 right now. Well, we caught you in 1080, my boy. Look. Yeah. Georgie, you got that funny bunny going on. Hey. I didn't crack the code on him. Now look, don't be surprised. It won't matter now, you know. But if he likes his teammate, like his teammate, bro. They ain't got nothing to do with me. He a grown man. I'm sorry. Wait, my bad, y'all. I didn't even finish the end. I was talking too much.
More than anyone else ever has, and that's the butterfly effect. When
it's
one
finna kiss, bro.
actions spur a series of events that lead to something much, much bigger. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
I'm not gonna lie, Jimmy. Shout out to you, JxmyHighroller, brother. Because, bro, I don't know how you do it, but I always leave your video knowing a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate JxmyHighroller. I appreciate you on the other side of the screen, man. It's your boy Kim. I'm finna get up out of here. Like this video. Like it up. Go watch the next joint. Give me the 20 likes. It is your boy. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I love y'all, man. Yes, indeed. And I'm out, man. Let's get it, man.